As seen on the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you what is inside the box curriculum that I've chosen for my grade 1 learner for the year 2024. This is a South African curriculum from Impaq. Our word of the year for this upcoming homeschool year, the year 2024, is focus. And I think this is why I have chosen box curriculum for my 3 kids this year. I am a homeschooling mom of 4. Like I wrote in the beginning of this video, I have a 14-year-old who is in high school. I've got a 10-year-old turning 11 who is in grade 5. I've got a 6-year-old who is in grade 1, and I've got a 3-year-old who is doing play school. So this year I chose a box curriculum mainly because our word of the year is focus. In the past 3 years of our homeschooling, we have been doing an eclectic style of homeschooling where I would pull curriculums like I was using The Good and the Beautiful for English. I was using Horizon for maths. I was using something else for a different subject. And what that has done is that I found myself spending a lot of time with picking curriculum and putting it together to a point where it didn't leave much energy for me to actually do the homeschooling. So with this year having a lot on my plate, with this coming homeschool year 2024, I've got a lot to do. I have a lot that is on my plate, and I've decided to go with something that is boxed, all-in-one curriculum that ticks all the boxes regarding the South African requirements for homeschooling. I know that is out of the way. And then it doesn't come, I didn't select Bible, so I don't have the Bible in the box. So this grade 1 only has maths, English, Afrikaans, and life skills. So I'm going to do a separate video where I'm showing you what I'm going to be using for Bible. But the Bible is my strong point, so that one I'm doing eclectic. I'm going to be pulling and I'm going to be creative with how I'm using it. But when it comes to the core subjects, the subjects that are requirements for a grade 1 learner in South Africa, I decided to go with Impaq because boxed means everything is there for you. So as I'm going to show you, there's also a portfolio in here. You get assessments. You can be able to generate a report on the portal. So everything is done for you. So what they've done, what I love about Impaq is that they know what is required of a homeschooling parent in South Africa, and then they've made sure that as you get their package, then you are getting everything that is required of you from the department. So here is the portfolio book for grade 1. What I'm going to do with it, I'm going to get a file and I'm going to put it in the file to store it because it's already punched for me, which is very convenient. And then I'm going to store it in a file and take it out as and when is needed. So the facilitators guides are not in the box. Because with those, I ordered them as an ebook. So I'm going to show you later on in the video on my laptop where those facilitators guides are. And the facilitators guides will guide me to when I need to use will guide me when to pull out the assessments and from the portfolio book. So these are the workbooks. They were packaged and sealed as one, but when I got the curriculum, I was so curious of why I was having so many workbooks for English, which, excuse me, there are 12 workbooks in total for English. But the nice part is that they give you a book per term, so the child doesn't have to use all the book throughout the year, because you know how grade 1 kids are. It might just get messy. It might just be falling apart by the end of the year. So I'm glad that I've got a book per term. So this is the handwriting. So you have 4 books for handwriting, which is term 1, term 2, term 3, and term 4. Then you also have for reading and writing. And then you also have another 4 books for your phonics. So that's why you have 12 books, 12 workbooks for English, as I'm showing right now in the video. So the handwriting towards the end of the year becomes a bit more challenging. So they start you off very easy and very basic. But however, as I'm looking through the curriculum, especially the math, I'm realizing that my child might be bored with this, or it might not be challenging enough for her. But the fun part is that because we are homeschooling, I'm going to give this curriculum a good shot for like 6 months. So if she's done with it by June, or it's too simple for her by June, I'm just going to go ahead and order the grade 2. So she can start with the grade 2. So these are the readers that they give you. There's 5 of them. And there's also a picture card thingamabob that goes hand in hand with the readers. So the facilitator's guide is going to guide me day by day and will tell me when I need to pull out what. So all these things that are in the box, I don't have to think about how I'm going to use them. I don't have to think about when I'm going to use them. I've already gone through the facilitator's guide, especially for the one for English, and I found that the format that they are using is very, very simple. So day 1, they will tell you, day 1, this is what you're going to need. So there's facilitator aids and learner aids. So these books that show you, that have flashcards. So the flashcards, I'm going to know when I'm going to need to use them. So those I'm going to laminate and keep stored up and only pull out as and when needed. So here is the Afrikaans. So for Afrikaans, you don't have a lot of books, which I'm glad, because it's a second language that we are taking. And part of the reason why I did decide to do the box curriculum is that I've seen with my daughter, who is now in grade 9, that if we don't start early with the Afrikaans, by the time you get to high school Afrikaans, it's a bit difficult and it's a bit tricky because she didn't do the fundamentals. So I decided the way I'm going to do Afrikaans, even in the year 2024, I'm going to do it with everyone. So even this basic one, the grade 1 one, I'm going to do it with all my kids. So Afrikaans is going to be a joint subject. I'm going to teach it with all my kids there because everyone can learn, because they're going to be learning the basics of the alphabets of Afrikaans, the basic words. So everybody will be covered, everybody will benefit from it. So that's the way I'm thinking I'm going to approach Afrikaans. So I'm unboxing the math. This is the term 1 workbook, and this is how it looks. So that is why I was saying that I think the math is going to be underwhelming for her, because she was using Horizon Maths last year and Rebecca. So she's very advanced when it comes to math. She's already doing long addition and long subtraction. So the simple thing of counting, I think it's just going to be something she's going to finish. She'll probably finish the term 1 book in a week, because that's how advanced she is in maths. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to do it. It's nice. I was contemplating getting her the grade 2 instead of the grade 1. But because we've never used the Impaq curriculum before for her, I thought, let me just start from the bottom and then build up from there. I love also that we're going to be looking into South African money, because one of the challenges I ran into whilst using the American-based curriculum was the fact that their currency is different from our currency, and especially when it comes to also measurements of liters and all those things, they're quite different. So I had to tweak all of those. Hence, I'm saying I don't want to be doing that in the upcoming school year. I don't want to be sitting and taking time tweaking things, DIYing, tailor-making things. I don't want to do that. So that is why I wanted something that is just going to be open and go for us in the upcoming school year, so that we can really, really, really focus. I want to build discipline in my kids. So one of the ways that I'm going to build discipline is that we have an open and go curriculum, and it's going to be go, 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 go. So since we are a Christian family, some of you might be wondering why I went with a circular curriculum, but it was very intentional. I was intentional about choosing this curriculum because for Bible this year, one of the skills I want to teach my kids, I want to teach them discernment. So I chose a circular curriculum because I wanted the opportunity to go through the material with my kids. And if we find something that is contrary to the Word of God, then I can show them the right there and then that we are in the world, but we are not of the world. And not everything that the world says is true, but how we know is we will measure everything against the word. So if you find that they're saying something and it doesn't align with the word, then you know that whatever they are saying is not true, because the word is our final authority. So I'm going to be teaching them how to sift worldly information through the sift of the word. So that's why I chose this curriculum. As circular as it may be, I'm going to be able to use it to that advantage. So I was skeptical at first with using it because I've been using The Good and the Beautiful, and I've been using Master Books, I've been using Abeka, which are Christian-based curriculum. They teach from a Christian worldview. But this time around, I thought, no, let me just use the regular curriculum. It's fine. I can come at it with a different approach, because I'm reminded of Daniel, who grew up being trained in the ways of the Lord, but he went and he served in the palace of a heathen king. And right there and then, we see in the very first chapter that he had to be discerning, to say, no, I'm not going to eat what is offered to me, because I know who I am, and I know my God, and I choose not to defile myself. So I want to afford my children that opportunity, not to give them an unrealistic approach to life. I mean, they are going to go out there on their own. They are going to be surfing the net. They are going to be Googling stuff, and not everything is true. And they need to know that from a young age. So I want to do that with that curriculum. I want to go through it, especially when it comes to comprehensions, in English. I want to be going through the material with them. And when I see something, I'm going to be very bold in calling it out. I'm going to tell them that this is not true, and this is why I'm saying it's not true, and then show them the biblical principles and the word in scripture. So right now for the grade 1 curriculum, it's quite basic. It's quite it's about the academics. I haven't seen anything because I've gone through the grade 1, but I am going to do an unboxing of my grade 5 learners curriculum. So if you are not subscribed, I would highly recommend that you do so, and you don't forget to click the post notification bell so that you are notified when I drop that video. Portfolio book contains all the assessments for all 4 subjects. So the nice part is that once I file it, then I know towards the end of the term, when we start doing assessments, I'm going to pull out the assessment for each subject from the portfolio. I don't need to print anything, and just give it to my daughter to do, and then I'm going to file it back. So this is what's going to make up the portfolio. So you are advised to keep this portfolio for 3 years, And then so that should you decide to take your child back into the public schooling system, which I'm not planning on doing, then you have it. And also when maybe if a representative from the department comes to view your homeschool and see what is happening, then you can give them the portfolio book and then they can go through it. And then if they decide they want to see the workbooks that you do, then you can give them the workbooks as well. But what the department requires is that you have a portfolio book, and that portfolio book is like an evidence that the child is learning, because it is a right in South Africa for a child for them to go to school up until grade 9. I'm showing you here on my laptop how the facilitators guides come as ebooks. So I downloaded this app, my ebooks, and then this is where all of the facilitators guides that I need for grade 5, grade 1, grade 8, everything that I'm doing is on there. So the grade 8 ones are from last year. Thank you so much for watching right up until the end. Hopefully this was very informative for you, and thank you so much for taking your time to watch. Bye.